Lebanese armed group Hezbollah is promising what it's calling a response and punishment for the assassination of a top Hamas official. Saleh al-Arouri was killed in a drone strike in the Lebanese capital Beirut on Tuesday. He was the deputy chief of Hamas's political bureau and was believed to be a founder of its military wing, the Qassam Brigades. Now, Israel hasn't acknowledged responsibility for the strike, but it says all Hamas leaders are targets following the October the 7th attack. Several Hamas members were killed in the strike, including two leaders of the Qassam Brigades. The drone targeted a building located in the southern Beirut city of Dahiya. Hamas has condemned the attack, calling it a terrorist act and pledging to continue its resistance against Israel.
We would like to reaffirm that the assassination by the Zionist occupation of the great commander, the Mujahid Sheikh Saleh al-Arouri, and his brothers and colleagues, the Hamas commanders and cadres on Lebanese territory, is an act of terrorism in every sense of the word. It is also a violation of Lebanese sovereignty, a violation that represents an expansion of the scope of the Israeli aggression against our people and our nation. And the Zionist occupation, the Nazi Zionist occupation, is completely responsible for any repercussions. The occupation will not succeed in breaking the determination of our people and their heroic resistance.
Let's go to Ali Hashim, who is standing by in Nakoda in southern Lebanon. And Ali, have we heard anything from Lebanese officials yet?
Well, the Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati condemned the attack, and that's the official line from the Lebanese government. Of course, they're not in the best situation because they've been, over the past 3 months, trying their best to keep Lebanon away from the total collapse into the confrontation. The situation in the south was always alarming to the government in Beirut. However, they were in talks with Hezbollah on all time and coordination not to take this situation a step further. And foreign mediators have been coming to the Lebanese capital, whether French or Americans or from other Western capitals, just to try to push and pressure the Lebanese government to establish a kind of a situation, a wall between Hezbollah and the total confrontation. Now the Lebanese government is in the situation where it has to deal with this assassination directly, because they know this is going to trigger a series of events, and they want these events to be contained as much as possible, because for now the Lebanese government is dealing on several layers with different challenges: the challenge of the refugees and the challenge of getting the country into this situation. So yeah, the Lebanese government is condemning, and that's the most they can do for now, because most of the nods aren't in its hands. It's just the Lebanese soil that everything is happening on.
And Ali, you're in southern Lebanon, where we know there has been fighting over the last several months. We know that Hezbollah has obviously said it will respond. Have we seen any sign of how they might actually do so yet?
Well, the daily business of attacking Israeli military positions continues as normal. From yesterday, even yesterday in the night, there were several attacks. However, the retaliation for the killing of Saleh al-Arouri, and here it's a bit complicated, because Hezbollah is mainly dealing with a situation, a complex situation, whereas there is first of all an Israeli attack inside the Lebanese depth, mainly in the southern suburb known as the Dahiya, and this is the center of its command. This is one. Number two, there is an attack on a leader in the resistance, which is Saleh al-Arouri. So this is going to be a kind of a situation where Hezbollah will have to weigh its options. And over the past years, we've been seeing the Israelis playing in this margin, the margin of security attacks, whereas they have assassinated several of either Hezbollah or allies to Hezbollah. And the problem is that the security leverage that Israel has shown over the past years wasn't matched from the other side. And this raised a lot of questions about deterrence. And if today this is going to go ahead, I mean, without a response from Hezbollah, the question of deterrence will be bigger and bigger and could really draw more attacks from Israel.
As you touched on there, Hezbollah has been very careful to calibrate its responses to Israel so far along the border there over the last several months. How could this change that?
Well, the fact is that this attack was outside what's being called as the rules of engagement. It's an outside-the-box attack. So Hezbollah is weighing the options of an outside-the-box response. That would mean maybe an attack that's going to go beyond the 7 or 10 kilometers depth inside Israel. This is at least from the picture that we have from where we are observers. And the issue is that we are just analyzing for now. Of course, today there will be a speech by Hassan Nasrallah later, and he is actually going to tackle this issue. And of course, we'll hear a lot from Nasrallah on how this is going to happen and what's going to happen. This is in case there is nothing that is going to take place from now till the speech. And that's why actually we are here on the border watching and observing, and of course we'll update you with the latest.
Thanks so much, Ali. We really do appreciate that. That is Ali Hashim for us in Nakora in southern Lebanon.